Hello, everybody. This is a subject that I wanted to cover for a long time because if you look at, the mixed martial arts scene right now, it's a lot of hype around like hill sprints and sprint and intervals, bag intervals, etc. And everything's about that fast twitch aspect. But if you look back at like boxing back in the day, it was always like you gotta go on the 5 mile run, 6 mile run, road work, all that stuff, right? So like now it's kind of like one of those things. It's like, okay, so nobody's doing zone two anymore. And you look at fights and people gas out more and stuff like that. Like even in boxing too, the rounds are shorter and stuff like that. So you're starting to think like, man, like is this even worth it at all? The fast answer is yes. Zone two cardio is absolutely worth it, and here's why. Because when you are doing in high intensity interval, high intensity grappling rounds, sparring rounds, that 1 minute that you have when you're recovering, your aerobic base is going to determine how fast you're going to be able to recuperate between rounds. Of course, actually doing them will help as well, but it provides a base to where your body will recover naturally, and it's actually beneficial for your brain as a fighter. A zone two cardio, like rowing, hitting the bag at a low pace, running, um, is actually beneficial. There's a lot of guys that are like actually respected, like well knowledgeable people that are like, oh, running's the worst for MMA. That's so stupid. Like I never understood that because you need that aerobic base for a bunch of different reasons. You grow more capillaries. You will be able to recover between rounds better in general across a 3 round, 5 round fight. You'll be able to keep a better pace in general, just a higher average pace, better muscular endurance. Like that's the biggest thing. A lot of people in roles, you gas out because not because your lungs are tired, but because your muscles are just collapse. They're just dead because you lift weights and you do intense stuff, but you're not doing the, long, steady things that would help you carry that strength longer, that, endurance longer. So not only does it benefit your brain long term, helps, kind of get a BDNF activated, which of course exercise in general does, but it does it at an even higher level. So that'll support you outside of your career and in your career as well. But you grow more capillaries, you build that aerobic base, and you have a better ability to recover in between intense rounds and keep a higher pace overall. Another thing is that it allows you to train more in the way that in general you recover better because you have better blood flow, better resting heart rate, etc. So incorporate, like if you're not used to it, I mean a 30-minute run for a lot of people might be somewhat intense, but if you want to get the true benefits of this, it needs to be at a conversational pace. So if you start to get too out of breath, say mile one, mile two, because in 30 to 45 minutes, you're probably going to run around 4 to 5 miles at, 3 to 5 miles, depending if you're doing 25 minutes or 45 minutes. I usually, if I do 30 minutes, my conversational pace is like a 10-minute mile. So super slow mile, right? I don't walk personally, but like a lot of people, you're gonna have to walk to keep that conversational pace where you can still form sentences without, you know. So start just 30 minutes, maybe half jogging, half walking, like 5 minutes on, 5 minutes off. Actually, maybe that's a little bit, maybe 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off, right? To keep it zone two, because 5 minutes of walking, you're gonna completely come down. Or just do it to where you're keeping a steady pace, but once you feel yourself not being able to talk like conversationally, just walk for a little bit and then just yo-yo it like that. I would recommend doing it probably 3 times a week, to start off. Don't do it on, like, especially if your legs kind of get jello, you know what I'm saying? Like you just sore after because you're not used to it. Don't do it on a hard sparring day. Don't do it on a jujitsu day, like a grappling day where you're going to be going hard. Do it on like a kickboxing day where you guys are hitting pads, stuff like that. And if you can do it after practice, that's honestly better. Um, but it's also really good in the morning. So do it in the morning and you have like 8 hour separation anyway. So it's not that important. I'm going to make a video later about how elite athletes train and how basically they're balancing energy systems, right? So they can train 3 times a day and not be overtraining, but you might train, not nearly that much. So you don't train 3 to 4 times a day, but you're training once a day, twice a day, but you're absolutely exhausted. It's how they balance it across energy systems, and they're not going absolute fatigue in every single one, but It allows them to constantly get better at a faster rate. But that's for another video.
It's important to mention that many high-level UFC fighters already do this. Paddy Pimblett does this. Ilia Topuria does this. Back in the day, boxing, they did it too much. Nowadays, we do it too little. So make sure you balance both styles of training so you can become the best fighter possible. The MMA guys do intervals too much, and the boxing guys used to do way too much steady state. You got to blend them together in order to become, the ideal athlete. So keep that in mind, brother. Have an excellent day.